Hi everyone, welcome back to Online Darts, and we're here in the OD Dome. We've got Webby. Mark, the renaissance continues, enjoying playing again here in the Online Darts Live League.
Yeah, it's been fun. I'm glad to have made it through because I was disappointed not to make it through last time. I was a bit fortunate last night, I think, with 2 games to go. I needed snookers, but no, I played well in the last 2 games, and it was close, wasn't it? I think I finished ahead of Jim on legs. But no, glad to be here. Nice to see some old friends who I haven't seen, like Richie and Colin, for a while, so good to catch up with them, and looking forward to playing tonight as well.
Decent averages though as well.
Yeah, it's all right. It's patchy. It's there's a 76 in there somewhere at some point, so it's inconsistent. But I don't throw a lot of darts now, so it's just good to have that competitive practice and a good environment. And it's been fun, and it's really handy for me.
Is that burning desire still there to play, or is it just a little bit of fun for you now?
At the moment, it's a little bit of fun. You don't know. It's the dedication, isn't it? I don't practice nowhere near as much as I should, and I think if you're going to go back, you've got to really up the practice, so that'll have to change. But at the minute, I just have to try and make darts fun again, and I'm doing that. So yeah, step one then.
First of all, again, how are you? Obviously, had to miss the World Matchplay. You got the lurgy. You had the COVID. Feeling better now, and how was it for you? Was it as bad as what everyone's making out?
Yeah, it wasn't great. Yeah, I was gutted because I like my job. I get to miss all the match play. I wanted to get involved, but I couldn't. I was okay sort of the first couple of days, but I tested positive sort of I think it was a Saturday night, and I was like, there's nothing I can do, and I felt worse, and I wouldn't have been any good. But just gutted to miss it. I haven't missed the Sky event now since it's been my 4th match play working for Sky. So yeah, gutted, but I'm on the mend. Still not right. Yeah, my smell and taste hasn't returned, but definitely a lot better than I was last week. And I won't wish it on anyone. It's not the best.
Especially after the Premier League you had as well, because you absolutely smashed the Premier League from a punditry point of view and everything like that. So it must have been going. Yeah,
it was. I like my job. It's not many people. Not everybody loves their job. I love mine. And I like mixing with the guys. And I was going to take my wife and my kids up there as well for a few days. And it was just a disaster, really. It ruined everything. We were going to have a nice week and do the match play at night. And it was a good match play as well. I'd love to be involved. I watched a lot of it. But yeah, it's a shame. But it is what it is. It's safety of myself and others first. And I'll be ready for the World Cup when it comes along.
And more importantly, Banksy took your squash title.
He did, yeah, I know. That's a bit of a hollow victory for Banksy, and we'll have to sort that out in Leicester. But yeah, I was in the group, wasn't I? The WhatsApp group. I was gutted I couldn't get involved, but next time definitely.
Looking at it, Peter Wright almost unplayable that week in Blackpool. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, apart from a few little glitches against Noppy in the first round, he was the best player. You can never argue with it. He dominated. I mean, he just dispatched the Michael van Gerwen and Dimitri van den Berg. It was easy, wasn't it? And you can't do that unless you're class. I mean, did he average 110 over 27 legs? I mean, it's just phenomenal. He said he's going to win it, and he did it. So fair play to him, deserved champion. It was good to see Peter Wright. He had a bit of a blip in the Premier League, but he'd be buzzing at the minute. And with a lot of money to defend at the end of the year, that's a good victory for him. Win a title and then kick on now for the rest of the year.
It could get to Gezzy's world #1 spot before he has to defend, obviously, the $500,000 at the Worlds.
Yeah, I mean, Peter Wright probably just wants to win the world title. #1 will come with it. But just win the title, win some more titles as well. Peter Wright, he'll want to tick off the Grand Slam. He hasn't got that on his list yet. The Grand Prix, he's always looking to improve. He always messes with his darts, doesn't he? So that'll change. But he's looking for perfection. He pretty much had it last week. But he'll be looking for more titles. And he's in a good space. A good guy. He played with a smile on his face. And he's going to be dangerous if he keeps playing like that.
For the rest of the field, did we get more questions than we did answers, though, at the World Matchplay about players' form and everything like that? People went in there with big billing, big tags, didn't quite turn up for them and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of players have to go away and sort of think about what happened to Dimitri van den Berg. Obviously, be happy. Great defence of his title, getting to the final, just steamrolled in the final. But yeah, it was good to see Gezzy Price back on TV. Just couldn't get going against Dimitri. Michael still not the Michael we know, but below par, getting to a semi, you've got to use that as a positive. And then it's up to the chasing pack now, isn't it? It's a crucial time of the year, jockeying for position. You can miss out on events and it can cost you your seeding at the World. So massive 6 months coming ahead, and as we're getting back to normal, the crowd's getting back involved. It'll help the players and should bring out the best in them.
Are you a fan of Gezzy dancing against Dimitri?
Oh, yeah, fair play, yeah. Do you know what? He's dealing with everything pretty well, Gezzy. But yeah, it was good to see him playing with a smile on his face. I mean, he was outplayed that night, in fairness, but it was good to see him back. For the world champion, we've seen nothing of him, have we? Out of his hands. But hopefully we'll see him for the remainder of the year now.
Speaking of that remainder of the year, dates being announced all the time. For a player, this is where you have to be sharp and get your form right going into Ali Pali and some new 4-year deal. The world's will be there for another 4 years as well. This is where you need to hone your skills.
Yeah, well, there's something on it for everything, for every player, isn't it? It's the first year you talk about, for some players, they've got to make the Worlds, that's your paramount. Second year, you need to make the Worlds to hang on. There's people in the top 32 want to stay there. There's a little sub-story for every single player on tour. So yeah, like you said, these are the times, as Players' Championship coming up next week, hit it hard there, get a good win and build on it going into the year, because the tournaments will come thick and fast now. A lot of the majors crammed in, don't they? So it's a good time for the players. They need some sort of normality to get back to, and they're getting back to it slowly.
Peter Wright said Michael wouldn't win a TV title this year. We're now nearly 8 months in, or approaching the 8th month. Do you think he will? Have you seen enough to suggest he will?
There's signs, isn't there? But just not having enough at the back end. I don't know whether he's getting a bit edgy towards the end. But in fairness, he was steamrolled by Johnny Clayton. He was steamrolled by Peter Wright, wasn't he? And Luke Humphries. It took some performances to beat him, to be fair.
Big performances.
Yeah, he's not going out on a whimper. So he's there or thereabouts. He's just got to get it right. But yeah, it's a bold statement, Peter Wright. We keep saying it, Michael will start winning, but he does need to start doing it soon.
Yeah, and then just obviously going to go back to your career. When are you going to make that decision whether you go to Q School or not? Does it depend on, obviously I know you were struggling with your shoulder a little bit as well, a little bit of time. Does it depend on whether it's behind closed doors in that locked environment as well, Q School? Does that have a bearing on it?
Not necessarily. It's just you can enter like 2 weeks before, can't you?
Yeah.
So if I can get the preparation, I'll go. It's just how I approach it. If I'm playing well or not. And the main priority was start enjoying playing again. I've done that. Whether I want to go playing competitively, that's different again, isn't it? I mean, I've worked on some of the events and the standard's phenomenal. I'm nowhere near that. So yeah, we'll see. It's one of them. I don't really know, so we'll see.
Would you go to the WDF Masters? Is that on your list? Because you've qualified for it.
Yeah, so I believe. I don't know. It's in Holland as well, isn't it? So yeah, that sort of can help your decision, can't it? But yeah, we'll see. So I feel. I didn't know. We were talking about it last night. I was surprised, but yeah, we'll see. It's right by December in Holland, and if depending on circumstances, if I want to travel out there, especially with Ali Pali, that's my bread and butter. I don't want to miss that, so we'll see.
Well, pleasure as always, mate. Thank you very much.
Cheers, glad you enjoyed.